Mary Melanie was waiting for her husband to come back home from work.
Hello, darling.
Hello.
Darling, are you tired?
Yes, I'm tired.
Darling, shall I get you slippers?
No need.
Darling, would you like me to get you some cheese? I haven't made any supper since it's Thursday.
No, I have no appetite.
If you are too tired to eat out, it's not still too late. We have some meat and stuff in the freezer. You can have it right away. I will serve it for you.
Mary's eyes waited on him for an answer, a smile, a little nod, but he made no sign.
Anyway, I'll get you some cheese or cracker first.
No, I don't want it.
But you must eat something. I will fix it anyway, and then you can have it or not as you like.
She stood up and placed her serving on the table.
Sit down. Just for a minute. Sit down.
She became frightened and lowered herself back slowly into the chair, watching him with those large, bewildered eyes.
Listen, I've got something to tell you.
Sure. What is it, darling? What's the matter?
This is going to be a bit of shock to you, I'm afraid. But I've thought about it a good deal, and I've decided the only thing to do is tell you right away. I hope you won't bother me too much.
Mary stared at Patrick nervously, waiting for him to speak.
So, there it is. And I know it's kind of bad time to telling you, but there simply wasn't any other way. Of course, I will give you money and say you are looked after. But there needn't really be any force. I hope not anyway. It wouldn't be very good for my job.
I will get some.
Mary got up from the chair and walked across the room. She could not believe any of it. Mary went to the freezer and found an object that was wrapped in paper and opened it. It was a leg of lamb. She carried it upstairs and went to the living room.
Something special will be served from the green restaurant.
For God's sake, don't make supper for me. I'm going out now.
At that point, Mary Melanie would simply walk up behind him, and without any pause, she swung the brick frozen leg of lamb high in the air and brought it down as hard as she could on the back of his head. Patrick fell to the floor. She then carried the meat into the kitchen, placed it in a pan, turned the oven on high, and shoved it inside. She washed her hands and ran upstairs to the bedroom and made herself ready and practiced how to talk brightly.
Hello, Sam. I want some potatoes, please. Yes, with a can of peas. Hello, Sam.
Good evening, Mrs. Melody. How are you?
I want some potatoes, please, Sam. Yes, and I think a can of peas. Patrick decided he's tired and he doesn't want to eat out tonight. We usually go out Thursdays, you know. And now he's caught me without any vegetables in the house.
Then, how about me, Mrs. Melody?
No, I've got meat, thanks. I got a nice leg of lamb from the freezer.
Oh, that was good.
I don't know much about cooking it frozen, Sam, but I'm taking a chance on it this time. You think it'll be alright?
Yeah, would you want potatoes?
Oh yes, that'll be fine. 2 of those.
Anything else? How about afterwards? What are you going to give him?
Well, what would you suggest, Sam?
How got a nice big slice of cheesecake. I know he likes that.
Sure, he will love it. Thank you, Sam. Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Melanie, and thank you.
Patrick, how are you?
She put the parcel down and saw him lying on the floor. She cried her heart out and then called the police station.
Quick, come quick. Patrick is dead.
Who's speaking?
Mrs. Maloney, Mrs. Patrick Maloney.
You mean Patrick Mullen is dead?
I think so. He's lying on the floor. I think he's dead.
Alright, I will be there soon.
The policeman arrived. The two policemen then entered the house and checked the body.
Is he dead? I'm afraid he is. What happened? He was okay before I was leaving to get some groceries for supper.
Which grocer?
Mary told the policeman and then one of the policemen went to the grocery shop. He then came back with a page of notes. The note says,
She acted quite normal, very cheerful, want to give you a good supper, peace, cheesecake. So it's impossible that she's. Mary, do you wanna go somewhere else?
No, I will just stay here beside my husband.
So they left her there while they went about their business, searching the house. Occasionally, one of the detectives asked her another question. Jack told Mary that Mr. Patrick had been killed by a heavy blunt instrument.
The murderer may have taken it with him, but on the other hand, he may have thrown it away or hidden it somewhere on the premises.
Come on, it is the old story. Get the weapon and you have got the man. Anything in the house that could have been used as the weapon? Would you mind having a look around to see if anything was missing, a very big spanner, for example, or a heavy metal vest? No, we didn't.
The search went on. She knew that there were other policemen all around the house. She could hear their footsteps on the gravel outside.
Jack, would you mind giving me a drink?
Sure, I'll give you a drink. You mean this water?
You must be awfully tired. Please do take the drinks too. You have been very good to me.
Well, it is not strictly allowed, but we might take just a drop to keep me going.
Sergeant Nurin then wandered into the kitchen. Suddenly, he came out quickly and said,
Look, Mrs. Mulani, your oven is still on, and the meat is still there.
Oh dear me, so it is.
I better turn it off for you, okay?
When the sergeant returned the second time, she looked at him with her large, dark, tearful eyes.
Jack Noonan,
Yes?
would you do me a small favor? You and these others?
You can try, Mrs. Mulani.
Here you all are, and good friends of dear Patrick's too, and helping to catch the man who killed him. You must be terribly hungry by now, because it's long past your supper time. And I know Patrick will never forgive me, God bless his soul, if I allowed you to remain in his house without offering you decent hospitality. Why don't you eat up that lamb that is in the oven? It will be cooked right by now.
Sorry, wouldn't drink for it.
Please eat it. Personally, I couldn't think of a thing. Certainly not what is been in this house when he was here. but it's alright for you. It would be a favor to me if you will eat it up. Then you can go on with your work again afterwards.
There was a good deal of hesitating among the policemen, but they were clearly hungry, and in the end, they ended up eating the lamb. Mary stayed and listened to them.
Have some more, Charlie.
No, better not finish it.
But she wants us to do so.
Okay then, give me some more. There is the hair of a big club the cat must have used to hit Patrick. The doctor says his skull was smashed all to pieces just like from a sledgehammer.
That's why it's ought to be easy to find.
Exactly what I say.
Whoever did it, they are not going to be carrying a thing like that around with them longer than they need.
Personally, I think it's right here on the premise. Probably right under our very nose. What do you think, Jack?
And in another room, Mary Melanie began to giggle as she knew that she successfully fooled the policeman.
Oh,